Friday Night Live here at Beacon Firearms. And we're live. And you are late.
Of course we are.
Again.
Of course we are.
Well, we're actually late. Because it's 5:31.
We're late for a reason.
Yeah, because you're shit.
Oh, I just had a late customer.
Yeah, true.
I had a customer coming at 5:28. Well,
These things happen. While everyone's logging in,
I think everybody will be fine with it.
I'm gonna wait for you to get here and then I'll set up the other camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, where's your phone as well? I need the list of
Oh,
the
my
phone.
phone is right here.
Thanks to everyone who's logging in. We're already at 20 people who have logged in live. Really appreciate everyone that wants to log in. And evening, ladies.
Is that for Teddy?
No, that was Maddie. Really appreciate everyone logging in. Once Trent's here, we'll get going. But just for the people that are logging in early, I'm just going to give a bit of a hey Troy, just have a bit of a rundown for what we're going to be doing tonight. So finally, after 3 weeks, Trent's got some pricing on the CZ515s, even though other dealers have been advertising on used guns for a couple of weeks now. He's got some new details on the Sako S20. So for you guys that didn't know, hey Jace,
Probably not new details.
For those who didn't know, Trent went to Beretta back in early March, and he got to just jump in, mate. Like don't be too careful about it. For you guys who don't,
We do have a live audience today.
we have a live audience, and we have a lovely prepared cheese and salami and biscuit platter, which we really appreciate from one of our adoring fans. And
Adoring.
your phone locked on me.
Oh, I know it. You're
Face ID. No, it's
You're
not.
ugly faces.
Not gonna do it. Unless I grow a beard.
Damn, there you go.
Okay, so 515 Sako S20. So he knows all about that and the long range courses and the marksman courses which are going to be running. So on Monday the restrictions open and we can travel between the regions, which means that we're going to be able to go out to the farm. We're going to be able to run the courses again, and the first one that we'll be doing is the marksman course, but we need to get out there and make sure we clean up a little bit and all that and prepare for it, but we'll let you know the dates very soon. Tomorrow actually,
No, I'll let them know right now.
he's going to let you know now. No, we'll wait for everyone to log in and then we'll let everyone know then. But bring that over here if you want to. And but yeah, we'll let everyone get on. But the marksman course, long range courses are coming up. We're going to talk to Bill in a sec, who's here. Pull down rifle, pull down rifle, pull down rifle, pull down rifle, pull down rifle.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to strip a rifle down, pull down rifle.
Well, I wrote
it sounds like another type of bolt action, lever action, pull down.
Well, I actually wrote that with my right hand too, so that's not a bad effort.
You should bloody
If I just
pull down rifle. It sounds like a Trent Down syndrome.
If I had done it with my left hand, it would have said strip down rifle. But
if it was you, it would be a plonker rifle.
I struggle to do the S's with my right hand.
Applications. So we're going to give you an update on what the applications are going through at the moment. Our new opening hours. I'm going to talk briefly about 17 caliber as a caliber, and briefly cover a few things in relation to that. Well, should I cover? I might cover ballistic coefficient in a bit more, because that's more of a short.
For the food.
Yeah, you dig in.
You better eat, because you're wasting away to a shadow there, Bill.
I might actually cover ballistic coefficients and how people work them out. Yeah. Before. Because I think I really need to explain some things before I start explaining specific calibers and the advantages and disadvantages. I better explain all the other stuff because I'll get into quite technical detail. So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. When Trent hurries a hole up and comes down here and actually does some work.
Everybody knows that I make a customary late entrance. And it's fine.
You need customary late entrance. There's another way of saying you're slack and lazy.
It's the way of saying that
slow.
I'm still the only one working at the moment.
It's 5:30. You're supposed to be on here working.
Do you have a beer and some food in front of you?
I'll answer some.
I don't.
I do have a beer.
Exactly.
I'll answer some questions while people are here. James, thoughts on 22 to 50 or 204 Ruger? Very, very similar calibers.
204.
So 22 to 50 was always a varmint caliber, been around for a long time. Had slow twist barrels, was really, really accurate. Good thing about a 22 to 50 is you can pretty much choose any load, any round, and shoot it, and it will be fantastically accurate. A lot more versatility now because there's a lot more backing. Hey Ron, a lot more backing to the 224 projectiles. You can get 80 grainers, 90 grainers, and that sort of stuff. Fire them really fast.
Only
the 204 is a really good colour. Don't you? It's just, it hasn't been around long enough to be as supported and as versatile.
I don't feel right on this side.
And it's definitely not as supported as 2250. Can you crank that chair up?
Nah, that's as high as it goes. And I don't feel right on this
Will you
side.
jump on that one?
Yeah?
Jump on that chair.
I need to be
Rid of that.
Yeah, but I need to be on this side. I don't like being on the other side. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? It's once again Friday nights.
My office chair.
Beautiful.
Does this go up?
I don't know.
Ah, there we go. It does go up.
Excellent.
I'm just going to get this other camera going, yeah?
Oh, you get this other camera going. What am I going to talk about?
We are recording this. We're going to be putting it on YouTube as well, guys.
That's right. So this one we're actually going to put on YouTube. So we've actually decided that our Friday night live shows are going to go live onto Facebook and onto YouTube. So keep a lookout for that as well. One of the questions I actually wanted to ask you guys last week, but I forgot to, was what state is everybody in at the moment? Don't say pissed. I want to know where are you from, where are you watching from, and what can we do to actually help you there? My live audience is actually laughing at that. I didn't think it was that funny, but it's, yeah. But if you can throw up a comment for us, you know, we want to see whether you guys are from Queensland, New South Wales, WA.
If we're going to have a shooting state of origin match, who would win?
Queensland.
And don't say the Maroons.
Look at that, we've got WA, New South Wales,
Yeah, well, I'm
WA.
sure.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Doesn't matter. Get a longer neck, you'll be fine.
That's big coming from you.
Yeah. Right. Brookton, WA.
Okay. So really appreciate it. So we're getting more new people who've never heard of us before logging in and watching us live. And so we just want to introduce ourselves. So most people out there will know who we are. But the last one that we did, we actually had 3 times the amount of people view it. And a lot of people are coming in saying, I've never met you before, didn't know who you were. But we watched...
Bang it, Andrew. I told you not to say pissed.
Jason Spencer, half pissed. You're half... You're either half or by most
Someone
things.
put Gosnells. Gosnells is an estate.
WA. Victoria.
State of despair, Brad.
Tassie.
Still as good as Rockingham.
Same as Rockingham.
Como. Okay. So a lot of WA people, but quite a few Victorians and a couple of Tassies.
Yeah, and a couple of Queenslanders. New South
So we
Wales.
do want to introduce ourselves because people haven't heard of us before. So I'm Zaine Beaton. I'm the manager here at Beaton. I had to think about that for a second.
He's something here.
I'm the manager at Beaton Firearms.
Turns up every day. Late, but
Yeah,
he
late
turns
usually. One of the gunsmiths, and I
all
also
round,
do predominantly most of the work, including the training.
all round good guy too.
all around good guy. Yeah.
Have you finished talking yourself up there? Or?
Yeah, no, it's done. That's my...
I'm Trent. I run the front counter
Hey,
here.
Teddy.
Yeah, so if you guys ring me, you'll either speak to me or pretty much Nicole at this point in time. I'll help you out with any of your inquiries, basically. So give me a call. I'm happy to talk to as many people as I can.
Yeah, if you're looking for a product that's on the market, a lot of people ring up and want to talk to me, and I'm just not up to date as much as I used to be. This guy here knows a lot more about all the new products and what's new and pricing and that sort of stuff.
Plus, Zaine's out the back doing gunsmithing stuff. So the more we pull him out the front, the more we take him off his machines and bring him out the front.
I like the first one.
Yeah, I bet you do. The less time he gets to do the work out the back. So, yeah, if you want to ring up and talk to Zaine, that's fine. Just don't be pissed off when I tell you can't.
It's nothing personal.
No,
if you get told that I'm on the machine, it's not a brush off. It's probably because I'm on the machine.
It's just, it is what it is. But I'll try my best to help you out. Sometimes, obviously, there's stuff that you guys, you know, it'll be a little bit above me because it'll be gunsmithing related. I will take down what you need to ask Zaine. I'll actually go and ask him myself, and then I'll either get back to you or Zaine will give you back later.
When Zaine can't Can't tell you. You'll just ask Bill.
Yeah, well, they're already asking to bring out Bill.
No, well,
Get those fat shits out the way. Bring Bill on.
who said that?
Me. Just
Oh, okay. All right,
Teddy.
I'm going to move out the way
no,
for a
it's Jason
second.
Spencer, actually. so-
Jason Spencer. All right. I'm going to get out the way so Bill can come in and do Bill's technical shit. And
And I'm going to drag the cheese board over
I'll
my
push
way.
you.
What have you got?
You want to see? You want to see, Bill?
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks.
I'll have a seat.
There you go. Sit down there, Bill.
Righto, today, folks, we're going to do Australian made.
It sounds like an episode of
know.
Play School.
I'm Australian made.
Yeah, but they just used an old bloody dye that time.
An old dyer.
Yeah.
It was all flat
I'm
out.
actually not that old.
Oh. Anyway, once upon a time in Australia, this is not a fairy story either. Once upon a time in Australia, we used to make all sorts of things. And once upon a time, we made ammunition. We still do at a factory which is now owned by a French company. But anyway, we won't worry about
Not
that.
in the French company, the French government.
And French government, yeah, there you go. But
Gotta get some of this into me.
very early in the
What do we got here?
1900s, even the late 1800s, Australia decided that we needed to be able to build
What's this stuff?
a lot of stuff here in Australia ourselves. They started making ammunition for the military, and 303 ammo, Commonwealth
I like cheese.
Colonial Ammunition Corporation was manufacturing, and their first contract with the army was to make about 100,000 five-shot clips. It wasn't actually ammunition for a start, but they did make ammo, and millions of rounds of it. And we had factories actually all over Australia manufacturing. South Australia, in Queensland, Victoria, New South Wales, and even in WA. And here is a West Australian.
Right hand end of the camera. Pull back a little bit. No one can read that. That's focused on you. Wait.
MW
Pull back. There you go. Beautiful.
Welsh Pool 1945 Mark 7 303 ammo. But later it became the Chamberlain factory, and now it's I don't know what. But our factory in east, factories in the east were making all sorts. 303, 38 revolver cartridges, 310 cadet ammo, lead and full metal jacket, 9mm blanks, all the whole gamut of ammunition.
So why was it getting produced all over Australia? Was there really that much demand?
Yeah, but also to spread out the manufacturing facilities. So, because we were worried about an invasion in those days. In fact,
What era are we talking? When they built these factories?
the earliest factories were built in very early 1900s, in about 1910.
Well, who was going to invade us in 1910?
What?
The Americans.
They had a
What time did you have-
lust for our population of rabbits or something.
Bill, what time did you have to clock on in 1910 to start your shift?
What an arsehole thing to say. You never catch me saying something.
No, that's right.
He just looked at me too, like.
But we needed to spread the distribution or the manufacture, just in case Western Australia got invaded or bloody Queensland got invaded. There was still a factory somewhere making 303 ammo. And in WA, we actually made 303 ammo at Welshpool, but we made all manner of stuff in Kalgoorlie. There was a manufacturing facility in Kalgoorlie.
Why Kalgoorlie? Just because it's out in the sticks.
Just because it was remote, yeah, away from any metropolitan area. But in
James got Trent, you flog.
but in the 60s,
I don't
when
care what
we,
it's in reference to. It's funny.
we retired the poor old 303 and went to the SLR. The manufacturing turned over to making 308 ammo, of course, 7.62 by 51. I made everything from blanks to ball ammo, which is full metal jacket, and very successfully. And the same factory and other
Matty
factories.
Davis, he's just got some random 310 ammo. Like if you've got a 310, we probably got a handful of ammo here for you if you wanted to buy it. But realistically, if you want to get 310 ammo,
$37 a shot.
yeah. If you want to get 310 ammo, you pretty much have to buy the brass from Bertram, who's over east, and reload your own.
That's right. But because Australia was a developed and go-ahead country, there were commercial manufacturers that wanted to make ammunition too to supply the civilian market. And the main one in the early days was IMI or ICI, Imperial Chemical Industries, and they manufactured all manner of stuff, but millions of rounds of 22 ammo, of course, because that was very popular. But this is made in Australia by Imperial Chemical Industries of Australia and New Zealand Limited, Melbourne. So, and they made a variety of ammunition: Civic, high velocity, standard velocity. Oh, back to front.
It's all back to front.
Yeah.
Well, at least
Even 22 shorts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for all sorts. But also we had Winchester manufacturing ammunition in Australia.
And we did for a long time. We still do, don't we?
No.
Oh no, we don't.
No, someone decided that Winchester shouldn't make ammo in Australia.
No.
Yeah,
How long have they been making ammo in Australia for before
God
they shut
knows,
it down?
but anyway, they don't anymore. But that was just a couple of lines that Winchester make. Made in Australia by Olin, Winchester Division, Hayes Road, East Geelong, Australia. So there you go.
Well, there you go. That one that you're holding up there, Bill, that yellow box. I actually had an old gentleman come in not so long ago, just after Christmas, and he actually came in and asked if he could buy a packet of those because he'd managed to make those ones last for as long as he had. And then...
Well, that's only a couple of years old, that packet.
Yeah,
They changed the packet.
And then had a cry
When you couldn't supply it.
when the price had gone up.
When the price had gone up. I was just looking at one of these. Here we
4
go.
shillings and 37 bottle tops he paid for the last lot.
Yeah. Just to make a few people cry. Short solids, Regulus, 6 and 4pence a box. So, you know, they've gone up a little bit. Hardly
6
at all.
and 4pence. What's that?
6 and 4pence. That'd be
64 cents, is that? Or?
no,
It
about
sound-
55 cents.
It sounded like English, but it probably wasn't.
But,
6 pence.
and funnily enough, I just found some in amongst my collection. This is 297 230. It was a caliber that was used in training rifles of 303s. They had a insert barrel that went up the main barrel through the 303 barrel, and they fired these as a training round. These were made in Australia, but the funny part about it is they're in a box that came to me. They're actually in a box that was a matchbox, and that was made in Western Australia. So once upon a time we could make stuff in WA as well. So it just shows you that we're not at all hopeless over the years.
Stuart, Winchester shut down all Australian ammunition manufacturing because, I'm not sure, just because it was
Probably cost.
not economically
No,
viable.
it wasn't economic.
Would you know what we make now in WA, Bill? Legends.
Is that
That's
right?
about it. Just legends.
But there were other entrepreneurs who started manufacturing ammunition commercially in Australia, and one of them was Super Cartridge Company. I believe they're in Melbourne.
Really?
Doesn't tell me on here, but I believe they're in Melbourne. But there's a grand old caliber, 303-25, made in Australia.
What's the price on it?
Oh,
Currently?
the price on it. Oh, this is funny. Yeah, this is obviously made after 1966 because it's priced in dollars. $10.30 for 20 rounds, so 50 cents a round.
Probably in the 80s.
You could buy a house back then for that price.
That's right. You probably could. Yeah, most likely it might have been 70s. 70s more likely.
Would have been in Rockingham, but
How much were you earning a week in the 70s?
In the 70s, $50 a week. about $55 a week.
So equivalent to that, if it was made in the 70s, equivalent today, that would be $200 a packet.
Yeah, that's right.
You're a politician.
Yeah,
Well, when you put it in that respect,
yeah,
some people are just sooks.
yeah, that's right.
Oh,
yeah.
I've got to pay $30 a packet for my ammo. Oh.
In 1972, the award rate for motor mechanic was $1.44 an hour. There you go.
Yeah, right.
Yep. So
So it took you 8 hours to pay for a packet of ammo.
that's right. 8 hours to buy a packet of ammo. No wonder I was so poor in those days. I couldn't afford bloody much. But, and this is very interesting to me, and probably to a lot of other people, I hope too. But there was a guy in Broken Hill, Arthur Langford, and he made ammunition in Broken Hill and sold it all over Australia. That's his ammunition. That's 243 ammo.
Oh, he made like standard calibers.
Yeah, he
as well.
made standard calibers. Yeah.
I thought he only made his like stupid Wildcats.
No, he made everything. And
Was that named after his wife?
but funnily enough,
Yeah, it was named after his missus, wasn't it?
yeah, Myra was his wife, and he named his business after his wife. But he was a
You'd want her to be a nice lady, eh? Because if you had to divorce her, you'd have to change the name of your company.
But it just shows you how late
Henry VIII or something.
how late he was making ammunition. He made it. This 243 ammo is made from 7.62 brass, which he's necked down. He must have bought the brass, primed brass from.
Oh, it's ex-military.
Yeah, it's military cases.
That's a Footscray. That's a Footscray case.
Yeah, that's right. He must have been buying the prime cases and then resizing them and putting 243 projectiles in them wherever he got them from, and selling it as, and he's got it on a reloaded ammo. So, but he was a bit of an entrepreneur because he also manufactured ammunition under the name of Bentley, and I'm pretty sure that was sold by another company in Sydney under the Bentley name, and they were I would assume they were the same people importing the shotguns and 22s from Philippines and labelling Bentley, but they're also buying rifles, centerfire rifles from other companies overseas, and marking them Bentley, and they're selling them in Australia under the Bentley name.
And the car company didn't give a shit. Bentley, the car company, didn't care.
They probably rode on his coattails.
Oh, from his Filipino-made shotguns.
Yeah. That good from that. Yeah. Well, good on them. Well done.
But yeah, this Bentley sporting ammunition, manufactured by Myra AF and Co. Proprietary Limited, Pinnacles Road, Broken Hill, loaded with Hercules powder. So he did import some rubbishy powder from America and put it in the body in this stuff, and it probably worked, you know. But he was a very interesting person. He ran this. Well, and before I get on,
You've already spoken about that.
Super. Have I spoken about Super? Okay, good.
Fuck me.
Okay. But
Super ammo, that.
Arthur Langford was a very interesting bloke to talk to. I rang him up once, just as I can't remember what the subject was, but we only talked for a couple of hours. And, but he was a very interesting person. I
only spoke for a couple of hours.
If anybody knows Bill, that's a short conversation.
Yeah, it was. It was for him too, I'm sure. But yeah, one of his first cartridges that he developed himself was 222 necked up to 25 caliber, and he'd buy a Sako. In those days, it would have been a 461, and rebarrel it to 25 caliber, sell it to kangaroo shooters. They loved them because low recoil, cheap to reload, but with a 20, a bit more grunt with an 87 grain or 80 grain projectile, and professional roo shooters loved them. But he had his name on other things too. The reason I probably rang him was I remember seeing Sporting Shooters article about squeeze bore 22s. He was getting Bruno 22s and putting 17 caliber barrel in them.
Did you sell that one?
Sure did.
And you could shoot standard 22 ammo in them. They had a 22 rimfire chamber, but it had a tapered throat, and the bullet came out the end at 17 caliber, and
It did a 14 cal or something as well, didn't it?
and he did a 14 cal as well, but I think he had trouble finding cleaning rods to clean the bloody things out. But anyway, he was sort of an innovative, always thinking about something different, and he was well known in like the 60s and 70s, and he was quite an interesting person to talk to, and it just shows
Even
you.
if you only had a couple of hours to talk to him.
Yeah, I only had a
Limited
couple of
time
hours to spare that day. Yeah, I can't remember why, but it just shows you, folks, there are and were people in Australia who could do those sort of things. They just got to put their mind to it.
So what you're saying is that we need to make Australia great again.
Absolutely, MAGA.
It is too, isn't it?
Well, of course it is.
Bring out Bill's line of fucking
Lucky you're good
MAGA
at
hats.
maths.
Yeah, we need a few MAGA hats there. No, we don't.
MAGA.
No, we don't. God almighty.
All right.
Yeah, well, and that's all for me this week, folks. Have a great weekend.
In reality, fellas, with how long that took.
Oh, I missed out on the shotgun shots.
Oh,
They're done
shit.
now.
I'll sit out again.
Oh, no, we'll talk about them next week.
Oh.
Fuck
Lucky
me,
for
it's
you
been
guys
half
next
an
week,
hour
it's
on
all
the
We'll
way.
do 40 shells next week.
What are we up to now?
We're going to keep going, otherwise I'm going to eat all this.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to
Oh,
get
we're gonna eat it all anyway.
All right, get your phone out.
Calm down.
So, thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
If you got any questions about any of that old crap, just let us know.
I'll come down. There you go. Hi.
I'm up as high as I can go, yeah. So, I don't think
good
there's.
stuff.
I was trying to keep an eye on the questions, but if you've got any questions, please let me know. Stuart also saying that we should crowdfund and reboot WA Ammo.
Crowdfund.
The problem is powder.
People don't even buy them.
We can't get gunpowder. We can make gunpowder. Wouldn't be hard. Make it out of match heads, you reckon?
Sparklers. Alright. So, before I get picked on again for not having prepared anything, CZ 515. Going to come out in two different models, the CZ 515 American and the Tactical.
What is it for people who've never heard of it?
It is a lever release rimfire rifle from CZ. Well, blowback I should be.
Would be.
You pull the trigger, bang, bolt actually comes back, locks into spot. You then release the bolt forward with a push of a button, which is in this case a lever off to the side of the rifle on the right hand side. That will release the bolt, pick up the next round, and it will be cocked and ready to fire again. So it is, I don't know, a bolt action you don't have to rack yourself.
Yeah, so it's like the opposite of a spring return
Yeah,
bolt action. Instead of pulling it back and letting it go,
letting it
it's
go,
already
it
back.
actually
You're
does
just
it for
pushing
you.
a button to let it go.
Yeah. So they look trick as, especially the little Tactical one. It's got big bolt, barrel shroud and everything down it. It's pistol gripped.
It looks like a Ruger American.
Like a Ruger precision rimfire, but different. So they come in 22 LR and 22 Magnum.
Same but different, yeah.
If I could show you, I would. Look it up on YouTube.
What's that camera doing?
You fucking lazy.
What do you
Here's my review.
Here's
Just-
one that we don't
just-
have. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
you
really
just get a
sorry.
picture,
Oh.
at least. You at least hold up a picture. Not, go and look at it on YouTube. That's the end of my review.
Well, how can I review something I don't have? Hang on. Yeah, just to make him happy, I'm going to look it up on my phone. And
Nothing's going to make me happy.
No, nothing will make you happy because you're not good.
Get rid of Trent, face the radio. Michael Cubis is watching.
Should have.
Get rid of Trent. Face for
Sorry,
Who said that?
Cubis,
That's
you're
not
about the
very nice.
fifth person to say afternoon, ladies. It's sort of, the gloss has gone off that insult. And that is so racist anyway.
Sexist.
No. Everything is racist now, isn't it?
There you go, guys. That's the little Tactical version there.
That actually
It's-
looks really good.
Yeah, it's kind of sexy. 22 Magnum. You will be looking at, for the Tactical, around $14.95. Comes with a 10-round mag. All these people are laughing because they reckon I've got a head for radio. It's not very nice. Little American's just a little, well, exactly like an American. It's got a little barrel, or thin barrel, and it's a wooden stock. same action, all that stuff. Still 10 round mag, still 22 LR and 22 Magnum, and it's going to be going for about $12.75. So
that's actually much cheaper than what I thought.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be a competitor, and probably a really good competitor for Savage A22R.
$12.70. So that's the current pricing.
Yeah, it's current pricing
Yeah, right.
as it stands. They are currently heavily on back order though, so I don't know when we will receive them.
Yeah, as you imagine.
You know, with Europe being in lockdown and all that sort of stuff. But if you want one, ring me, put a deposit down, I'll get you one ordered. Now, the next one.
Yeah, Mark, we're definitely happy to be back in business.
Jay, dropping your game trend.
It's going to be incredibly difficult to work out just how much money we've lost over this shutdown, which is about 6 weeks. 6 weeks? 6 weeks.
Almost.
But hopefully we're coming back into it. We're paying bills and paying tax again and all that sort of stuff, so everyone's happy with us again.
Especially the government.
Yeah, but we are back in business, and we've obviously we haven't been ordering a lot of stock in while the whole shutdown was in place, because there's no point having stock if you can't sell it. So we're stocking back up slowly, but if there's something in particular that you want that we don't have in stock, just let us know and we can get you a price and get it in for you.
Shannon Baker, I want to leave a release with Ruger mags. Tough.
Why? The Ruger mags are still on 10 shot.
Yeah.
Oh, he's probably got like a Ruger with a 25 round mag.
X25 or something.
Yeah, I got a 25 round mag there for my bolt action 22.
Oh, look what I've got.
Someone needs to make like a double snail for the Ruger or something. Don't look at me, I'm not making it.
Marga.
What?
Make Australia great again.
Cockhead.
Yeah, but I wanted to change it up so I didn't sound like Trump.
Marga.
Marga.
It just sounds like an English version of MAGA.
Yeah, well, I'm not a Yank.
Marga.
I'm not a Yank, am I?
You're not English either.
Are you overly busy after the shutdown?
Not
yes.
overly busy.
Well, I don't know
say.
about him. I'm flat out.
No, you're not.
I come out once a day just to see when you're eating for lunch, and you didn't look busy.
No.
I am busy. 110 round magazine for the GSG. Why would you have a GSG? Anyway, moving
The
on.
magazine would be worth more than a gun.
Tickering 300 blackout. No, Michael, they don't do it. I have been meaning to get back to you, but yeah, no, they don't do one. You'll have to rebarrel it.
So he left an inquiry and you haven't got back to him.
Oh,
I've
here we
been
go.
so busy.
Oh, how's that rifle that you?
He's got to actually write it's done.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
so
only
you gotta
taken
write a
6
message
weeks.
in here.
Well done, mate.
It's alright, I didn't have a barrel.
Well, yes, you did.
Shannon Baker, love you too.
I want a 4-foot blonde with no teeth. Yeah, his name's Steve. Oh, fucking hell, that's a good one. Can you get the Lucky 13 extended tube bag for the Adler B220s? No, we make our own.
Any update on MDT TAC 21 Gen 2?
Nope.
MDT are only just shipping again.
Yeah, like
So they'll
literally
have huge back orders
Yeah.
on product. So product development is going to be taking a back seat for those guys for a while, I imagine.
Imagine huge, yeah.
Yeah. All right, what's the next product you want to talk about?
Next one I wanted to actually talk about was the Sako S20. Once again, it's still not in Australia, but it is coming. I've got a huge amount of notes written down in front of me about it. I'm going to run through it pretty quickly, to be honest. It comes with 2 different stocks. So it comes in the Hunter Thumbhole and the Precision. The Hunter Thumbhole is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It is a thumbhole stock, much on the line of the KRG X-ray style. So it's got that big sort of handle with the big cutout and sort of like a skeleton buttstock. The Precision is more like a TRG, like a Sako TRG, but not as thick. They are phenomenal. I did get to have a shoot of both of them. Oh, not the Precision. I got to have a shoot of the Hunter Thumbhole when I went to the Beretta Day a couple of months ago. It was...
Has Lucky 13 sorted the issues? No, mate, the owner's still in the ground.
Yeah, I heard that he died, didn't he?
Yeah.
Somebody might be able to tell us.
Pretty hard
different.
to sort something like that out.
You two blokes are like an old married couple.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I'm the mister.
Few stones on the blade, you reckon? But
Anyway, they do all the sort of normal calibers.
you're not the mister after I cockshotted you this afternoon.
You did. He punched me in the dick. It wasn't very nice. So they do 243s, 270s, 3006, 300 Win Mag, 308, 65 Creedmoor, 65 PRC, which I reckon is going to be an awesome option.
Worth $1,200.
And 7mm. Now they do have the D18 profile, which is a sort of heavier profile, but not a heavy profile barrel. They do come fluted, non-fluted, blue, stainless, I also believe. Threaded. Price-wise on that, 24 inches, so they're going to be awesome. They're absolutely going to be awesome. And for a Sako, they're actually fairly reasonably priced. The Precision's going to come in anywhere between $3,500 and $3,600. And the Hunter thumb hole, about $3,100. So, once again, I can take deposits on that. They have got them listed on their website, so I can actually...
What delivery time we're talking?
I don't know. Delivery times are once again up in the air on this sort of stuff.
Okay.
But they are awesome. I'd just like to reiterate the fact that I did actually shoot one, a 308 at Beretta, at the Eagle Farm, I don't know, Victoria, one of the ranges in Victoria.
Eagle Farms in fucking Brisbane.
There could be more than one Eagle Farm anywhere.
Is there an Eagle Farm in Melbourne? Is there an Eagle Farm in Melbourne?
Yeah, there could
is there an Eagle? I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
Eagle Farm is in Brisbane.
I hate to tell you this, there's also 2 Perths in the world, but oh no.
What?
There's one in England.
Yeah, but do they spell theirs P-E-R-F?
Yeah, no, that's how they spell it. Perth. That's what the Rockingham people say. When
Sorry, just going back over some questions. 6.5 PRC, I don't like. And I'll explain why in a bit if you want. Zaine was a big spoon. No, I'm never the big spoon. I'm a small spoon.
That's right.
Is it possible to have other pistol calibers in a bolt action rifle? I would love to make one. I've been saying it for a long time that I'd like to make a 9mm bolt action rifle, but I haven't gotten around to doing it.
5.7 by 28.
I'm about to make one.
No, you're not.
Yes, you are.
Oh, yeah, you're going to get a...
Yes,
Bill's
you
going to
are.
build a Delisle like his 45 Delisles, but in 9mm.
Well, he's building it for someone.
Yeah, 2209. No, we don't have any here. Any ETA?
I'm hoping next month, but no.
And your opinion on the best 6.5? Well, it depends what you mean by best.
Well, that's only
Best for
Teddy.
what?
Don't answer Teddy. That's Teddy.
Teddy just wants me to say that it's the 26 because he's got one.
He just wants us to talk him up again and how he's punching above his weight. Because he's watching us on a 65-inch TV. Actually, if anybody else is watching us on a TV bigger than that, I want to see it with a thumbs up because so far Teddy's winning. Yep, thanks for rubbing that in, Andrew. In South Australia, we've been running as normal, no shutdowns here. Well, good on you. That's fantastic.
No, I'm not, Nicole. I'm not the big spoon at home.
What's on the pod? I've never seen the pod in.
Thanks very
He didn't do shit.
I didn't do it.
So,
Me.
His missus did.
Mark wants to know
what?
why can't we get the Aguila ammo in Australia?
Aguila.
Aguila.
Because no one brings it in, probably.
There you go. How about a 7.62 by 25 rifle? Doesn't look
Hi,
like...
Zaine and Trent. Hi, Tyro.
Oh, yeah. Tyrone,
What's your opinion on night vision scope?
Yeah, the pod. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, mate.
The hell's that?
It's I don't know if it's new, but it's one that I've only heard
They've got
about
names
recently.
like NSX and NX8 and...
Yeah, I know that.
And then Pard.
Yeah, it just sounds like someone burped wrong into their mouth. Eh?
Pard. Someone farted, yeah.
Pard. Anyway, I shouldn't make fun of it. I've never seen it.
762 by 25. That's that pistol cartridge, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well, I hope so.
Russian.
Queensland finally.
So
back to
762 by 25. Someone wants a rifle in 762 by 25 because they've got an unlicensed handgun they want to buy ammo for.
Is that you, Daniel? Is that you?
Is that you, Daniel? Put your hand up.
Do you have an unlicensed Russian pistol?
Tokarev or a bloody
A Tokarev?
Queensland's back tomorrow. Well done, Queensland. We do want to cover
would
more
they-
interstate stuff
might
as
have
well.
a PPSA.
Why would they allow you to
Why
come back
don't
on a
they
Saturday?
So
Good one, Queensland government.
we do want to keep up to date with the Eastern States guys. We understand that Melbourne's back and open today or yesterday. Their trade's back open, so I'm really glad to hear that the Victorian guys are back at it. Really glad to hear that the Queensland guys are at it. But we are going to be trying to keep up to date with the state legislation and industry stuff that's happening in other states.
Did you
and
see
you were busting to say something.
I know, did you see what Scott wrote?
No.
Can us two move to
Scott who?
Sydney? I don't know, Scott someone.
Well, it doesn't matter. Scott.
Scott Gorridge. Can you two fellas move to Sydney and open a shop so I can visit?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we plan to take over the world, so
When the borders come down, just come over here.
you will actually spin out that WA is a lot better than Sydney.
Craig off.
Like all of it. Even if you go to Rockingham, you'll spin out, you'll sit there and you'll go, fuck, this is heaps better than any place that's good in Sydney.
Big day tomorrow. Not for you, Cubis. You'll be at home.
Try it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's
It is
Cubis. It's a big day tomorrow. Oh, Cubis, yeah, because you didn't answer me message, I'll put it on live so everyone can hear it. We're really glad to hear that you guys in Brisbane are finally getting 2 decent AFL teams. So, congratulations, guys. You get your gun shops back and some decent AFL teams.
Everybody in Brisbane's going, AFL? Is that the women's league? We play real football here.
It's not even fucking football. We spoke about this the other day.
We still kick the
How
ball.
often do you fucking kick the ball? Well, about once every 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, which is once at the end of each set of 6. Fucking, how many
You shouldn't call it football.
Why do you guys-
And you even said
Why
yourself,
do you
oh,
guys
we don't
call
call it football anyway. You just called it fucking football. It's not football, it's run ball. You fucking pick it up and run. That's
Have a
all you
listen
do.
to this guy.
Anyway.
We like AFL because, it's a contact sport. I've fucking played ping pong games with more contact than AFL.
Stinky and the brain. No, it's Pinky
That's
and the
right,
brain.
the brain and stinky. Put Bill back on. Anyway, let's move on because otherwise
said
this is going to
that?
go for a long time.
Put Teddy back.
All right,
Ted said put Bill back on.
Long range and marksman's course.
to send him
All right,
back.
we're back to going. I thought the NRL went bankrupt. Well, that's why you like AFL, Cubis, because you don't know how to read. Anyway,
What's he talking about? Oh, you nearly dropped me. Lucky.
anyway, here we go.
What's he talking about though? Do they go bankrupt?
Nah, they're actually kicking off earlier than the AFL, but anyway. All right, here we go. So back to normal. We're going to go back to being professional. So the long range and marksman's courses that we run Precision Shooting Australia. We do have a marksman's course coming up, and we've actually decided on some dates, which are going to be the 19th and 20th of June. So it's a Friday and Saturday.
4 weeks.
Yep,
weeks away.
I think I've already got 6 guys that are signed up for it.
So no one else is going on it.
Yeah, so that'll be.
So there's probably no point us telling you what day it is.
No, but I just wanted to say that that's what we've got. If you guys want to come on a marksman's course or a long range course, give me a ring. We will come up with other dates, and we will make it happen. So we've got to make, dates, but we will do it. So that's that one out of the way. Applications for WA. This is applying for WA only.
Do you want me to talk or?
Okay, go.
No, you can do it. No.
No, go. I don't know.
Okay. So the police in firearms licensing have decided that they're going to revisit all the applications that they declined
hang on.
during the COVID-19.
Sorry, Chris. Well, you just ask a question if it'll move too fast. Chris, for the marksman's course and the long range, yes, we would absolutely prefer it if every participant had their own rifle.
You don't need your own rifle, but we would.
Yeah, we would prefer it.
Especially the long range course.
Yeah.
You really need to shoot your own rifle in the long range course.
If you do want to go on one of our courses and you don't have a rifle, there is a number of things that you have to do first. Give me a call. I can talk you through it. One of it is to get a police clearance. And the other one is you have to actually hire a rifle and buy the ammunition off us. So that does sort of tend to put the price up a little bit.
But it's all available.
But it is available.
We've had quite a few people come through without their own firearms.
And do it.
Yeah. So there is that option.
I'd rather be... I read that wrong there. Probably makes you guys FB stars. Anyway. Continue. Sorry. Go.
Okay.
Applications.
So, firearms applications. The applications were knocked back. The police have decided that they're going to revisit the applications. I don't know what their change of heart has been in this regard, but they're revisiting all the applications and they should be in touch with everyone who had an application refused and reprocess their applications. Doesn't mean you're going to be approved, but at least they'll process them correctly because they were just like going, nah, before. Have you had yours?
We are talking to our live audience at the moment, by the way, guys.
Are they? Yeah, we have a live audience.
We're not just
here.
talking to you, asking
It's not
you
going to be a
specific
regular
question.
thing, yeah? Like, if you bring
Have you
cheese
got
board
your
and,
license check?
if you bring cheese boards and beer, though, I'm not just going to kick you out. Yeah.
Tyrone.
So what have
No,
they
I
said?
can't answer your question.
Yeah.
I don't even know if your rifles have arrived.
Pay the 154.
Yeah.
Was the,
Weren't the cops bringing it or something?
and it's back in the.
Yeah, beautiful.
And they refunded the
Yeah.
154.
Excellent. So one of our clients got that message as well. They got a phone call. They got an email because they forwarded the email to us, and it's your application was knocked back, and we're refunding you the money for it, and there'll be a check in the mail for you soon. But we're reprocessing your application, so if you can pay that application fee back.
What's the phone call?
Phone call.
Yours was a phone call. Yeah, this one was an email.
Ah.
If you could pay the application fee back to us, then we'll reprocess your license. It's like, just tear the fucking check up. Like they hadn't even signed the check.
Yeah,
and
but
they were
But it will be different departments.
It is. That's what it is.
It's probably too hard for them, but
anyway. So the application things is going back on. So the SAT, there were 8 cases in front of the SAT, and our understanding of the one that we were, I want to say aware of, and we're in communication with. The police, before they even got to SAT, basically said that, look, we want to, I think they call it a Section 31. It's like we want the ability to reassess the application, which basically means it'll be approved. The application will be approved, and that way we don't have to go to SAT. And there's no reason to object to that, and so they agreed to that. So I can't comment on the other SAT cases and whether they're... We don't need to...
It's from Teddy.
Right now. I'll have a look in a bit. So I'm not sure about the other SAT cases there. I imagine they would have been offered the same thing, unless there was some other reason for them to be knocked back for their application. I believe they would have been offered, the police would have requested to reassess the applications and so they could approve them without going through the whole SAT thing.
Tyrone, no, I haven't received your rifle yet. Sorry, mate. The police
revived.
I think he means received. It's supposed to be turning up from the police, but it hasn't arrived yet. That was that one.
Oh, the one that they wanted to go pick up.
Yeah, the one that I wanted to go pick up. Which
no worries, mate. We've never picked up guns from police before. Yeah, our licence is actually specific to this premises, and dealing off premises is prohibited, except in instances where it suits the police for us to do that. So they'll create dispensation where it makes it easy for them.
Unless it's not prohibited.
Yeah. So, yeah. Direct debit. Blue, beautiful. Cool. All right. What was next on the list?
Next up was applications.
Pull down rifles?
Opening hours. Opening hours. We are now back open Saturdays, guys. 9 till 4. So that will start tomorrow. Me and him will be here. Hungover? No.
Meet
You've had 2 beers. You're going to be hungover.
No. I've got 2 bottles of rum at home. So.
Meet the stars of Beaton's.
But yeah, no, we'll be here 9 till 4. So if you guys need anything, come on down. Except for power, because I don't have it. But yeah, anything else, come on down. Next one. I don't reckon we need to go into more detail on that. You've got pull down a rifle.
Yeah, we're going to be open 6 days a week again, starting next week.
Or .172.
Yeah, I was going to talk about 17 as a calibre.
Oh, nice.
So, no, I won't do it tonight, actually. I've changed my mind. What I might do, what I will do...
That was the only reason I was hanging around.
I'm going to do... No, well, it's incredibly inefficient to do it like that.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a set of videos and probably put them on YouTube for people to watch. And I'm going to cover all the different calibers from 17 all the way through to probably 458. And I'm going to talk about, the caliber itself, what guns are chambered in that, what cartridges are made to shoot that caliber projectile, what guns are manufactured, the advantages, disadvantages, what projectiles and stuff. So I'll go into a fair bit of detail about the different calibers, because we do get asked a lot, what's the advantage of this, what's the advantage of that? Why would I buy a 25 cal when I can buy a 6mm, or why would you buy a 6.5 when I can buy a 7mm, that sort of stuff. There's advantages and disadvantages to each one. And I'll go through a relatively comprehensive review of each caliber. I'll also talk about its advantages for hunting certain game or shooting long range, and all the different calibers. And so people have a bit more of a comprehensive guide to...
No, he's still here, Mel. It's all right.
Mel, thank you for the cheese board, by the way.
Is he still alive?
Who's that?
Should I be worried?
Don't be worried, mate.
Our live audience's better half.
Oh, okay.
He made us this lovely cheese platter.
Cheese platter.
Yeah.
Oh. But he forgot the chorizo, and so he's currently in several severed pieces. We're bagging him up now, and we'll feed him to pigs, like brick top. Find some pigs to feed him to. So yeah.
Your missus
I want a 9mm lever.
Yeah, I'd like a 9mm rifle as well. 9mm is a rimless cartridge. We could make it work, but it's not going to be the easiest thing. Actually, a detachable magazine 9mm. A 9mm lever action No, I don't like lever actions. I'd make a 9mm straight pull though. 9mm straight pull that takes Glock mags.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And there's bound to be some 33 round Glock mags out there somewhere.
Oh, hang on. The story's changed. Mel said I offered Chorizo and he said no. Oh, no, he didn't. No, we're probably not going to cover the 16D Teddy
Not tonight.
Especially with that.
at all.
So I'm not going to cover the 17,
All right.
but
So,
we are going to strip a gun down.
How long do you reckon that'll take you?
Oh, 2 minutes.
Excellent.
Do you guys want to move this cheese board over there?
Yeah, we'll take care of the
Take care of the cheese board.
Yeah,
How are we
we'll
gonna-
manage the cheese board.
All right.
Does that camera?
I'm just going to check that camera's still
Just the
rolling.
YouTube. All right.
And then we are going to move the camera down onto the bench. And I'm going to strip this Howa, which is exactly the same as a Weatherby. I'm going to strip this Howa in front of you. And I'm going to talk about the gun as I strip it down and what the advantages and disadvantages of the Howa is. And what I think about it.
I'm just sitting here stroking my beard, waiting for Zaine to actually hurry up.
So what do you think about Howa though, Trent?
What do I think about Howa? I love Howa.
Yeah.
I think that they're a well-priced quality rifle that will last you a hell of a long time without doing too much to it. In actual fact,
What's this?
I've got the American equivalent.
What's this stuff come from? Oh, lovely.
I should have
fruit in it.
I'm just going to put this back a bit actually.
Yep. Perfect. That's framed up nice. Let us know if you can still see that all right. You're a long way away from us now. You guys should invite a studio audience. That's funny that you should say that, Stuart. We actually do have a live studio audience in at the moment. It is only one bloke, but
Yeah, but
he
if you
makes
want
up for
to
it.
be in a live studio audience though, you got to contribute something.
Yeah.
You've got to
So if
you
you
got to
want
bring beer or snacks or something.
strippers.
No, we'll never get anything done.
Not get anything done anyway.
All right, yeah, we'll move.
I wanted to be on camera.
So the bolt on a Howa or a Weatherby, you bring it to the rear, and on the it's going to look like it's on the right hand side of you guys, but it's on the left hand side of the bolt. There is a button that you press down, and that allows you to take the bolt out. Yeah,
We should have used the left-hand rifle. Oh, Howard don't do it.
and no one in their right mind would own one. Left-handed rifle. So this is the bolt itself. Now, if you have a look, you've got the striker assembly at the top here, which is what grabs hold of the trigger mechanism, holds that back to fire it. That striker mechanism, and between the striker and the bolt handle, you've got this groove, which is right there. And that cam is what cocks the gun, yeah? So if I grab the top of the bolt and rotate it away from that cam, it's got to be quite tight. But if you rotate the bolt head away from the cam, it'll pop up and then you take it apart. Yeah, just pump straight out. I have got a video online of me taking one of these things apart. So have a look on YouTube. There is a video of me doing it on there. But that's how you get the firing pin assembly out of a Howa. It's very simple. And that way you can clean it out. So if you ever have a pierced primer, pull the firing pin. Pull the firing pin out and clean it out, because there'll probably be a piece of primer stuck in there.
A lot.
So then we've got the rifle itself here in front of me. Now underneath there's two screws. There's one at the front, one at the back. They are number 30, I think, Torx. Yeah, number 30 Torx they are now. They used to just be flat-headed screws. And so they hold the floor plate, the stock and the action together.
Good job.
So you want to take this apart. Take those screws in.
Easy to pull the bolt apart.
Obviously not a Mark 5.
Mark 5s are much harder, yeah. They're threaded in.
Any rich cuts on them.
Please.
I've got two. I'm not rich.
I've got 2.
Okay. So the floor plate comes out. This is a detachable floor plate model. Most of them aren't detachable. And then the stock comes off. This is the Hogue stocks that come on the Howa rifles. And you can see that there's two shiny pillars that run through the stock. And that's a beautiful addition for a synthetic stock, because synthetic stocks are as soft as shit. Yeah. very hard to get a gun like to bed correctly in a synthetic stock. You can't really do a lot with a synthetic stock. You can't bed them because you're just putting a polymer on top of a chewy polymer, and that doesn't really work. So then we've got the barreled action. So this is what it looks like. They've changed this slightly. This used to be angled, but they've got the recoil lug on the front of the action here, which beds into the stock to stop the recoil. You got your trigger mechanism on the back here, which is the new 2-stage trigger system. And then you've got your magazine port in the bottom there, your ejection port there. So it is what they call a flat bottom action. You can see that big flat on the bottom there. And it's, so unlike a Remington, which is a round action, this is a flat bottom action. And so what it is it's a round action with a big lump of steel put on the bottom. The reason that's really good is because it stiffens the actions right up. It also allows for a nice big flat bedding plate for the stock to bed, for the action to bed down onto the stock, which is a big advantage. So, but the more steel in these things means they're much stronger. In a future episode, I'll show you a Remington, but because they're a round action and because there's big hole wheel in the bottom, there's not much steel on the bottom of them. These new triggers that they've got on this system is a 2-stage trigger, so you push the trigger back a little bit, it's light on the front start, on the first stage, and then it hits a stop, and then it's hard to push on the second stage, yeah? But you're talking around a 2.5 pound trigger still. 2.5 to 3 pound trigger. So nice and crisp, yeah? Now if you want to get the trigger out, you're just going to put an Allen key in there, where that Allen key screws, and the trigger system comes straight out. And then you've also got a screw on this side, which holds the bolt stop in, and you can take that out. They break quite easily. I've got heaps of them here though, so if you break one, usually they break because they come loose and people don't check them. So if you keep the tension on that one, because if it comes loose a little bit, opening the bolt repeatedly will break it. So I've spoken about the advantages of this rifle. The trigger system is obviously a really good system. The flat bottom. What I don't like about Howa and Weatherby actions is the way that the front screw goes into the recoil lug. Now, there's advantages to that. It means you can get more thread on it, which means you can screw it down harder into the stock and that sort of stuff. But the disadvantage to that is that you want the stock to bed on the action flat. You want it to bed on this section here. You don't want the stock to bed into the action on the recoil lug itself. So if it's bedding here and not on the recoil lug and you screw that screw down, it bows the action. So that's one of the bad things about a Weatherby action. If you bed them into the rifle correctly, you can sort of mitigate that. But it still would have been better if they had a screw that went into the action flat like a Winchester, rather than the system that they've got here. They're pretty standard barrels. They're a hammer forged barrel, pretty much like a Ticker or a Sako or anything like that. They're 26 by 1.5 thread into the action, so nice big strong thread. They're not as long as a lot of threads though. Like, so Remington threads are about, 23 mil long or so. These ones are only around about 18 mil long. So they're not as long as a Remington, but the extra rigidity in the action sort of makes up from that. So I wouldn't go swinging a barrel too heavy off one of these actions, but something like this is easily, like this is a bull barrel, it's only 20 inches long, but something like that would easily swing off an action like this. The actual top of the action, where the action screws are exactly the same offsets and everything as a Remington, so any Remington bases will screw straight onto this. And yeah, they work really well. Michael Cubis says better off with the Ruger. You're only saying that because you sell them. If you guys are still selling Weatherby, you'd say Weatherby.
Yeah, that's right.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, Rugers are good if you want to.
Rugers are good, and we'll cover them in a future episode, Cubis, so just wait your turn.
Yeah, just
So yeah, with these triggers though, they've got an adjustment on the front. So that adjustment there is for the weight, yeah? But that's the only adjustment on one of these triggers, is the weight. Most triggers are the same though, like tickers and that sort of stuff, all you can adjust is the weight. There's no other adjustments on them. But you can bring the weight down a little bit.
Do you remember what the proprietary name for that trigger is now?
No.
It's something stupid. It's like the HACT or something.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's what it is it's a rip-off of a Savage Axis trigger. So Cubis, you can jump in now and say that's a rip-off of a Savage Axis. Savage Axis triggers have got like the Savage Accu trigger has got a piece in the middle that you've got to depress, and then you have to depress the main trigger to set it off. This system is actually exactly the same. So that first stage while it's just one blade, that first stage is actually disengaging a safety, which then allows you to fire the gun. So if you were to drop this gun and your finger wasn't on the trigger, it couldn't go off because you haven't pressed that first stage down and disengaged that safety. So it's really, really smart. This system on this gun is actually very, very similar to the Sako TRG trigger. Yeah, they use a very similar system. So that's the Howa. That's how easy they are to strip down. The Weatherbys are exactly the same. Now, the only thing you've got to watch out for, and we don't have to watch out on this one because it's got a detachable magazine, but when you put them back together, you need to get if you've got the floor plate magazine, you need to get your floor plate, you need to squeeze the back of it together and pop it into the action, and it'll actually spring out and hold into the action.
Magazine box, you're talking.
The magazine box, sorry, what did I say?
Floor plate.
Floor plate. The magazine box needs to sit in there. Then you put the stock over top of it, and then you put your floor plate in on top. And you need to make sure that when you do this, that the magazine box fits inside the floor plate and inside the action at the same time. Otherwise, you won't be able to get the floor plate all the way down, and you'll bow the floor plate when you do the screws up. So be really, really careful. Complete rip-off, Cubus says. Yeah.
Hey,
Absolutely.
you can't trust him. He goes for the Bombers.
Goes for Essendon, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
he does.
Yeah. I actually don't watch AFL anymore, so I can't comment. They could have won the premiership last year and I wouldn't know. Who won it last year? Who won premiership last year, Cubus?
Very good.
Someone with the name of Susan, I reckon.
Very good. No,
Nah, it was the year before, eh?
Okay, so with the bolt, it's exactly the same as when you take it apart.
Some toothless lady man will tell me.
There's a little lug that fits into the bolt. It only fits in one spot. You put it, and then you can't see. So there's a lug that it just drops into, then you push the two together and turn the bolt head. And it's done. Yeah, it's clipped back together, you put it back together. So that's a Howa taken apart, put back together. I told you what I liked about it, I told you what I didn't like about it. Really good thing about a Howa is that there is any number of aftermarket accessories like stocks and magazine systems that you can buy for these, almost as much as a Remington or anything like that. So definitely if you're looking for something that's semi-custom that you can trick up later on, Howas are a really good option. We sell Macmillan stocks, GRS stocks, MDT stocks.
Oryx.
Yep, so there's a lot of options available to replace the stocks, and I do recommend replacing them because synthetic stocks are renowned for not being terribly tough. Okay, so that's my side of things. We're just going to close up with what's coming up.
Yeah, why not? I don't know what we've got left to say. I think we've covered most of it.
And Dave and I have managed to eat all the fucking trees.
Cleaned up all the bloody...
Do you guys get TV over there or what? Aren't you supposed to be in bed, Cubus? Like, isn't it like 11 o'clock over there or something at the moment? And you got a big day tomorrow, mate. You're open
11
again.
o'clock? No, it's 1963 over there.
So what it is.
Over in Queensland.
Queensland's a great place.
No, it's not. No, it's actually, if I was to move anywhere else in Australia, I would move to Queensland. I really like Queensland.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't move anywhere else other than WA, but that's just what it is.
What about Tasmania?
No, I wouldn't move to Tasmania.
Tassie's too cold.
I've got a feeling that Tasmania would be roughly the equivalent of Australia's Rockingham, to be honest.
I thought it'd be like North America's Canada.
It's
it would be Australia's Canada.
It's probably as close to New Zealand as what you'd want to get.
Yeah.
Says you. About as close as you want to. No, I'm not going to say that.
Nah, it's not.
Even that's too vulgar for beating firearms Friday night live.
It's not. Yeah, I don't know what else we need to talk about tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it once again.
Really glad to hear about Queensland and Victoria.
That is awesome.
So hopefully we're going to try and give some more updates on the other states of Australia legislation and what's going on there as states reopen and everything, but also a bit more information Because obviously we've got a lot of WA viewers, but a lot of people from WA might want to go over to Victoria and New South Wales and do some shooting, some hunting.
Well, from what we're saying there, we've also got a lot of viewers from around Australia as well. So if we can keep you guys as informed as what we can for the WA guys, that would be all right as well, I think.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you can, keep putting the questions through? We didn't go over questions tonight from last week because a lot of the questions that we had from last week we already answered. But make sure you put any questions down in the comments. And next week, we'll cover all the questions that people have asked.
Yeah, next week as well, we'll have another hat giveaway. I haven't come up with a question yet, but we'll try. Yeah, I just brought them over so that it will remind me to talk about them.
Where's Howa made? Oh, no, I've got to bet that's a shit question. Everyone knows what that's made. So, Howa make Howa. They also make...
What are we doing? Next week?
No, we're doing one now.
All right, so we're doing one now. 2 hats. Let's go. Here's the questions.
Howa are made in Japan, yeah, and they make Howa and they make Weatherby Vanguard. They also used to make a gun for the Australian market under an Australian brand name.
I know.
Who can tell me what it was?
I'm probably supposed to know.
Shut up. Just give it away. No.
And they also used
Just
to
split
make
off a few rounds.
No one's coming.
Well, we are in Maddington.
Come on, there was an Australian manufacturer.
And they used to make it also, brand it for a big American revolver.
Alan
they
Kemp,
did too, yeah.
Alan Kemp's got it first up.
Yeah.
And Sam Brown. But
Alan Kemp and Sam Brown.
Alan Kemp and Sam Brown.
Right.
Give me a call on Monday, both of you guys.
Well done, Stuart, but you're too late and you've already won one.
Yeah,
so
you don't get another one, Stuart. It was nice to meet you, but let's not be greedy. You only got one head.
It was the CMC Mountaineer. The other one was the Smith & Wesson Model 1500.
Yeah.
So
Who did I say? Alan Kemp and...
They're all made by Howa.
Alan Kemp and
who?
Sam Brown. There he is.
Sam Brown.
Yeah, give me a call on Monday, guys. I'll get them posted out to you, or you can come in and meet us in person. We might even sign some autographs for it. I'll sign them right across the top here. It'll be awesome, don't worry. It'll be missed.
Sam Brown, the singer, or?
I hope so.
Sam Brown, the singer.
Could be.
There's also
She's hot.
Americans buckle belt. The Marines had. They called it their Sam Brown.
Thanks for that.
Thanks for that.
No idea what you were talking about.
Anyway, my missus has got fish and chips for us, so I'm going home. Have a
You
great
take it easy,
weekend. We'll
guys.
see you tomorrow.
Thanks for tuning in. We're seeing some great numbers here. Hit us a like if you like the episode and let us know if you've got any questions.
And we will catch you next Friday.
I'm going to have to drop the counter again to turn this
I just want to watch his dick shot.
Just because you couldn't get over the counter, you